In SketchUp, all of our walls, like all of our other objects that we'll be working with, are in 3D. To make a 3D object, we need to start with a few 2D lines. We're going to draw a rectangle and then pull that rectangle up to make our first 3D wall. Remember those axes we talked about earlier? We're going to be drawing on the red and green axis first because those are the two that are on the ground. First, I'm going to select the line tool. Then, I'll click to start drawing a line. I'm going to get that line to line up along the red axis using the inference engine. Once I get it going in the right direction, I'm going to type in 100 inches and push enter. Now I have a 100-inch line. Now I'm going to add a 4.5-inch line. I click the line tool again and then click near the end of the first line that I drew. As you can see, SketchUp's inference engine helps me get that line started right at the end of the first line. I'm going to put this line in the green axis because we know that it is at an exact right angle to the red axis that I drew the first line on. Once I get it heading that way, I'm going to type in 4.5 inches and push enter. Now, to draw the long line, all I have to do is start another line at the end of this one that I just drew and run it along the length of our long line. Once I get near the end of the long line, I can touch the end of it and then back near the red axis. You'll see that SketchUp lines it up and makes it a rectangle just like we did earlier. Before I click, notice that there's that dotted red line and green line to indicate the intersection if these lines were to be made a rectangle. This is the inference engine at work. If I click, my line is drawn in exactly the right place. To complete the rectangle, I just need to connect the last line. Notice what happened when I put that last line in. A face was made inside the rectangle that we just drew. Faces are only created when you make lines that have no openings in them. Now, before we make these walls into 3D, I actually want to make this an L-shaped kitchen. So I'm going to take my line tool, start on one corner, draw a line to a dimension going this way, draw out on this axis, 4.5 inches, and then draw back and connect them together. Now you'll see another face is created. Now since this is going to be one wall, I can use the erase tool to erase the line in between these two different faces to make them one face.